Hey, so what's going on, Battlefielders? How are my fellow DRMBians doing today? I'm actually excited. I get to go shopping, buy me some new pumps to match that purse I got, obviously. Actually, no, it's grocery shopping and all that good stuff. So, outside of that boring stuff, I'm going to have some fun and make you guys some commentary. So what I wanted to talk to guys about today was actually the idea and concept behind where Battlefield is and where it's going to be. And I want to kind of ask you guys just to get an honest opinion outside of my own, because I would like to see how you guys honestly felt and where you guys think Battlefield will be. But before we hop into this, we are playing a little bit of Sin Crossing. We are defending. We do happen to get pooped on here at the initial start. When you lose B on this map, it gets very, very difficult. I actually have a video on my channel today teaching you guys exactly how I defend on Sin Crossing. So if you guys want to, you need a little bit of help, a little tips and tricks towards maintaining this map on defense for Rush, come by, swing by the channel, check it out. But anyways, it's just kind of actually weird and ironic that I'm posting both of those today. But so as I was saying, the one thing that I really enjoy about using this map, or playing this map, is the Engineer class. The Engineer class is very, very underrated, especially in Rush, because there aren't too many vehicles. It's much more useful in Conquest. So when I'm playing Rush, I'm trying to have a little bit of fun. Most people overlook the fact of the Engineer, the beauty that is, the mines that could take out the LAV on this map, the buildings that explode on this map. So many great things with the RPG. So I love using it. As of right now, I'm using the QBZ. Yeah, I just called it that. Yeah, I could say the QBZ, but something about it, I like saying it. Now look at this. Oh, Mr. LA. Yeah, I just got owned. You know how excited I was? I was actually on TeamSpeak talking to my guys. I'm like, yo, man, I got their LA. Fuck. That's basically what happened. I'm like, I can't believe. That was such a tease move. Such a tease move. But anyways, onwards and so forth. What we're going to talk about is, I guess the current state of Battlefield. Now, I love Battlefield, one of the best games out there right now. And a lot of us, it's kind of a mixed signal. Some people play for fun, some people enjoy the game, or try to form the game around how they like it. Now, the game isn't too flawed. There are a couple glitches like the whole dart glitch and stuff like that should be fixed here soon. But overall, most of the guns are balanced. Most of the maps are really, really well prepared and thought out. And it's one of those games that, most games produce maps and content that you usually only like half, maybe even less than that. And this game, I'd say about 3/4 of the maps and weapons and everything I thoroughly enjoy using, and I think that's what I look for in a game. Well balanced. And that is what Battlefield offers. Now, a lot of people tend to be negative, and I am guilty of this occasionally, tend to be negative about certain games, and these certain games really kind of, I guess, put a hindrance, a little ball tug, just an uncomfortable feeling that you would like them to prepare something and fix some of the things on a more consistent basis. We'd like to see patches and fixes a little bit more frequently. As a consumer, we're like, hey, yo, we bought your game, we paid $60. This needs to run flawless. But one thing that, like I said, myself, I'm guilty of. We like to see things run our way. We put the money into it. We want to be happy, and we want things to be balanced and well prepared and thought after. It's their job as creators, developers, to maintain their game and make sure everything's good. I mean, it's the same responsibility with kids. I mean, it may be extreme, and I can't throw my kids out a window, but this game is actually really, really important to a lot of us. We put a lot of time and effort into it, and we'd like to see it run without a hitch. That's what we pay our money for. So a lot of people complain about the game, but I always sit back and I've learned to look at it at a different angle. I mean, knowing what's wrong with the game now, like right now, if you had the ability, if you played this game for 6 months and were able to go back, and whether or not you would change your mind about purchasing it, would you? Knowing what you know now, would you still spend $60 to buy this game? That's how I judge a game on success. Yes, I would buy this game again, even knowing there was the dart glitch and, this and that little things. I would buy this game again after knowing what has gone wrong. Now, there aren't too many games out there I can say that about. Team Fortress is one of those great games that's well balanced. Halo, I love. Modern Warfare 3 was absolutely horrible in my mind. I broke the disc. So obviously I would have taken my money back and never purchased it had I have known what it was beforehand. And that's one thing that I think DICE is doing. Now, are you guys concerned? The one thing I want to ask you guys, are you concerned that they may turn into like the next Call of Duty, where they, start doing all these things? You're hearing about the whole premium that's going to be coming in. You know how, Call of Duty had that Elite thing where they're trying to make the extra money. So, EA is trying to pinch every penny, trying to get out there and make a lot of more money. And I think that's why they're limiting when they put the patches out. I think that's, what's going behind. I mean, all the flaws, I think DICE would be able to fix, but EA is kind of holding them back a little bit. That's just my opinion on it. You guys can leave your own down below. I'm definitely okay with that. So, where do you think Battlefield will be in 3 or 5 years when they will have like the current state and current fan base that Call of Duty does, when they will be that high tower type enterprise that is a top selling game? I mean, they're still one of the best games in the world. It's not going to come close to Call of Duty in sales every day, but sales does not determine the success of a game or whether or not a game is good. Honestly, I think Battlefield did it right, and I'm curious to see how they're going to play this out, how it's going to balance out, and if they're ever going to fall into that pit where money above all and they don't respond to the fans or do anything that anymore. That's one thing that I'm curious about. Will Battlefield hit that downward spiral where, they take longer and longer to patch things, and eventually it'll get to points where, they're just going to say, fuck it, I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm just going to sit here, I'm going to pet my, dog, I'm going to feed it random things, possibly firecrackers, and see what happens. There's just like that I don't give a fuck mentality. So do you think that's going to happen? Or do you think there's nothing but up? Do you think that Call of Duty in its state is weaker and Battlefield is trying to come out and be the supreme victor? Do you think they are doing all they need to become that much better of a game? Do you think they're growing? Leave your answers down in the comments below. I want to know what you guys think. Peace out, guys. Get it. I bet you're glad you waited to the end of the video, aren't you? You don't give a fuck about Battlefield anymore. You know why? That's why.